In Part 7 of Module 9 in State and Local Bureaucracy and Administration, we'll discuss volunteers, nonprofits, and administration. Recent developments have led administrators to actively recruit community volunteers to work along with administrative agencies. Take, for instance, the need to elicit volunteers considering demographic changes in society that are fast approaching. Namely, the youngest members of the baby boomer cohort are soon to enter their 60s. Baby boomers is a term used for a person who was born between 1946 and 1964 that makes up approximately 20% of the U.S. population. Many of these well-educated individuals were organizational leaders in the public and private sector and fulfilled critical roles in building the governance and private sectors. As these individuals retire, they are taking with them valuable knowledge, skills, and abilities not easily replaced. The well-educated and highly motivated Generation Xers, the generation following the baby boomers, is relatively small, lacking the sheer number of people needed to fully serve in critical administrative governance roles. Adding further to the problem, administrative costs are rising significantly, and as the boomers age, the cost of employee benefits have increased dramatically. In an atmosphere characterized by both budgetary shortfalls and mounting debt, requesting additional resources to fully meet administrative goals is not likely to be rewarded with new allocations of state or local government resources. Under these circumstances, doing more with less is the name of the game. Considering all these factors in combination, scholars and practitioners realize that sustainable governance is not solely an administrative enterprise. It is quite clearly a genuine community enterprise. In recognition of these circumstances, in the early 1990s, President Bill Clinton promoted community-based volunteerism through the AmeriCorps Initiative, a policy designed to bring a greater number of young people into a broader spectrum of volunteer community and public service activities, with the hope that some involvement in one's youth would lead to a lifelong commitment to volunteering as these youth mature into adulthood. Today, nonprofit organizations are effectively serving important roles either once fulfilled by administration or are supplementing insufficient administrative resources. Incorporating volunteers into administrative enterprise is both rewarding and challenging. Volunteers often bring the community closer to the administration and vice versa. In the case of retired volunteers, administrators often note that they are among the hardest working individuals in their office, showing up on time and expending considerable energy, performing critical tasks such as answering phones, dealing with clientele, and filing paperwork. It has been observed, well-versed in etiquette, older volunteers often put clients at ease and are very effective at obtaining needed information to best solve clients' dilemmas. Volunteers may also bring with them the tremendous enthusiasm of youth as they learn new skills and seek to help others. Relying on volunteers in the administrative governance process also proves challenging. Unlike paid employees, volunteers often need to be motivated in unique ways. They generally need to feel a sense of purpose while carrying out their work, and their efforts to improve governance must be recognized in ways meaningful to them. Volunteers may indeed offer administrative agencies their time and skills, but they also require time and attention as well. If they feel ignored or underappreciated, volunteers often rapidly disengage. A downfall associated with relying on volunteers is that administrators tend to derive a false sense of their own capacity when goals are accomplished without additional full-time staff. When this occurs, agencies and political leaders may underinvest in full-time human resources, placing agencies at future peril. In Part 8 of Module 9 on State and Local Bureaucracy and Administration, we'll discuss historical trends in state and local employment.